We got noise coming in on somebody's mic, like background noise, maybe a TV.
Or my son.
But all right, we are live.
Sorry about that, guys.
No problem. Everybody, dude, I was having technical difficulties. I was late getting on the Discord to discuss topics because of technical difficulties. So I get it. But all right, well, let's get started. We're a little behind the clock, so welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q,
and
we have Bloodaxe, barely.
All right, let's get started. No, I mean, like I said, everybody's having technical difficulties today, except for Q. Q actually. He just wants to be on a different game right now.
Yeah, he wants her to get the show over with so he can play where the winds meet.
Hey, look, I can't blame him. I'm sort of there too, but the show must go on.
Yeah, I'm torn between Borderlands 4, which is and then Dying Like the Beast, which is solo. So there you go.
Well,
we'll talk about Borderlands 4.
Speaking of Borderlands,
right now then.
I mean, we seem to have missed something. Like I think we had 2 changes the previous week, and then this week they didn't even patch anything.
I wouldn't even call those 2 changes last week, man. That was a slight playing around with a couple of skills, no fixes, no patches to issues that people have been having. No addressing things people actually asked for. And then, like you said, this week, nothing at all. They just didn't patch a damn thing. And I'm up here like, me and Bloodaxe are still having problems. We were literally playing the game and running into all kind of issues and going like, I think y'all need to be patching the game. Right, Bloodaxe?
And that's the thing. I mean, a weekly patch schedule is pretty high demanding, but also this is a schedule that they came up with and that they have done in the past, and it is a live game, so they've sort of set the expectation, and then they're like, we're just gonna, we're not even gonna say anything really,
And I mean, that's
they did on this patch on Thursday was change where the vending machine was. That was about it.
Well, yeah.
So, and I got shit in my vending machine. So screw you, Gearbox.
It's usually crap. Every now and then, it's an unsatisfying concept. I mean, it has 2 legendaries. That's it. It's only got the 2. And they don't, it's random as heck. Nobody knows what to use it. Have I had it occasionally be decent? Yeah. But you got to realize this is weekly. So being once decent out of like 2 months worth of waiting isn't really worth my time. I mean, they could just ditch the whole dang vending machine as far as I care. I wouldn't even miss it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and now we have the speculation of the next week they'll have a big patch, but they're also going to do their content release next week.
The first paid content.
Yes. And
the one that we paid for.
They already have a bad history of releasing content really bugged, and then on top of that, they don't usually get the patch right when they do a big patch. So we have possibility of a double whammy next week.
Them putting out this content and then breaking it at the exact same moment, yes. Because they're not patching the game, and I would have been.
And honestly, this content, I think, will have a huge impact on the future of this game. Like, this is the first content pack. A lot of people were really annoyed with the just phoning it in for the little Halloween thing, and this is the first paid content, so this sort of is going to tell us how we're going to look forward to the rest of our paid content.
Dude, even
it can't be as bad as Wonderlands. There's just no way it's as bad as Wonderlands.
Well, that's the thing. That's what people are waiting to see, because there are 3 tiers of content that Gearbox puts out, and unfortunately, in sequence. Borderlands 2's holiday events and all that were amazing. The Thanksgiving, the Christmas, awesome. We played Borderlands 2 and not too long ago.
3.
Content was great.
No, we played 2. We ran through 2 as well.
What'd you say?
But Xena was like Borderlands 3. I'm like, no, we played Borderlands 2. Hell, I played Borderlands 1 within the past year.
Yeah,
I've run through all of them.
Man. Got to end game. And I mean, Dragon's Keep, like, just amazing. Borderlands 2 was the premium of DLC, where it was like all of it was really good, even the holiday stuff. 3 was better than Tiny Tina's, but outside of the cartels really is the outlier. Now, the DLC was good, but the cartels, as far as the event stuff, it was outlier. The Halloween stuff wasn't bad, but it wasn't like amazing, but the cartels was incredible. Like, that is still our favorite they've probably ever done. Tiny Tina's just absolutely garbage.
Did not care.
Low tier, and what's worse, it was all paid content. That's the big sin, is that it was all paid content, and it was phoned in. Bad, just the skin swap, just they tried to spice it up. They had one of the mirrors that was pretty decent, the prison, but that was as good as it got, and that still was like 1 out of 4 or 5, like as a failing across the board, and it still wasn't great. It was about to me, it's about as good as the cartels, and that's bad because the cartels is a free thing that was just a one-off, whereas this is part of paid content. So this is going to tell us if we're getting Tiny Tina'd or if we're getting Borderland 3'd on our paid content. If this is trash, and let's be real, all signs are pointing to that this is going to be barely anything.
Did you really say the prison was on par with the cartels?
The prison was about the same size, had unique enemies. Well, no, didn't have a lot of unique enemies, did it?
Uh-uh.
Dang, I guess you're right. There were more bosses.
I was going to ask, did you play them equally, or did you play the cartels more than the prison?
Oh, hell no. I played the cartels way more than the prison, yeah.
That's my point. There was nothing in the DLC in Wonderlands that was worth $5. It was not fun. It was not enjoyable. There was nothing unique except for the end bosses, and the story was shit.
Well, I'm trying to be fair because there's a lot of voice acting for that part. It actually reacted to if you were coming back again or it was the first time. It changed up as many times. The more times you came there, it kept changing the voice acting and be like, you're back again. I gotta give them credit for at least voice acting it up, drawing more maps, larger maps. I mean, I don't want to just
there's nothing against the voice acting, or I mean, the voice actors do what the writers write. And we've interviewed people that have done voice acting for Gearbox specifically, and we asked the question, were you able to ad-lib? And the answer was, hell no. You must do what you do. She got one opportunity to ad-lib, and they said, okay, we'll keep it, but don't do it again. So the voice actors do what's on the paper, and that's it. And so, yes, the voice acting is really well done, but the story is piss poor. There was nothing entertaining. There was nothing fascinating. There's nothing that when we finished the final mirror, we're like, that was really cool. It was a spoiled opportunity to do something really cool.
I kept headcanoning. He's right. You're right. I kept headcanoning that there was a point. I was like, they're building up, and there's going to be a... No.
I mean, dude, you got to think about cartel, man. With the cartel thing, you had the event where you went into the cartel area. But dude, I found just having cartels active in Borderlands 3 and the cartels showing up when I'm playing just normal content was more fun than the whole Halloween event that.
Especially suddenly having bosses appear, sometimes 2 at a time. You're just like, oh crap, Fish Slap's here. And Fish Slap's running at you out of nowhere. You're just like, oh, that was cool. I know you're right. I was just trying to be nice. Because while you're 100% correct, let me finish. While you're 100% correct about that, compared to the other mirrors, the prison was really good. It was better than the other 3, which had no voice acting, no story, no new maps. But you are right. Yeah, nothing in Tiny Tina's DLC or game really.
I mean,
was worth anything.
But for those that have not played Borderlands 3, and there's probably not many out there, we're not saying that the Halloween content was trash. The concept was really good. Going back to to Q's thing about voice acting, it was very well done as far as the boss goes, and it had an interesting grenade that Q ended up using throughout a good chunk of the game. So there is value to it, but it is superior to what we got in Borderlands 4. I mean, it just blows the doors off the Halloween garbage for Borderlands 4.
And it was also free. So now we're going to see what they give us for our money.
Yeah,
and I'm going to be honest.
Like I played a lot of Borderlands 1. I didn't play a lot of Borderlands 2.
Missed out.
Well, I'll tell you, the reason is I was playing the game wrong, okay? Cause like y'all showed me the correct way to play the game with Borderlands 3. Like Borderlands 1, I played the game like it was a GTA, man. I was just running around killing stuff and having fun, causing mayhem. And then when I started to play Borderlands 2, it wasn't quite as open as Borderlands 1, and I couldn't do that mayhem that I was able to do in 1. And then you guys started talking about all these specs and all this stuff, and I was like, man, I never even paid attention to that. I was just killing stuff. Like, that was how I played Borderlands. I just killed shit. And so I had to up my game to play with you guys, and you know.
I remember coming over to your house, and I couldn't convince you to aim down sights. You just run around firing your gun and stuff, and I'm like, dude, you're not going to hit anything like that. You need to aim. Because it wasn't like he was using a shotgun, people. He was trying to do that with like a freaking revolver, like just from the hip.
I mean, that's not as big of a deal. Dude, from the hip is a valid option, I'm just going to say.
That's what I do.
Once you got your Zane build going, it worked, but you didn't have that at first.
No.
I never aimed down the sights.
Yeah.
Shut up, rocket launcher boy.
Well, yeah, he also used, but no, and so with 3, I was like, okay, I got introduced to this whole new element of Borderlands, and then I got into 4, and it's sort of been lackluster, man. I'll be honest, I've been disappointed. I had so much fun with 3. It was like a whole new thing for me, and then all of a sudden, they sort of killed a lot of that.
You know, one of the things that gets me is I know it's not true, but why does it feel like there's only 2 enemies in that game? Like for some reason, Borderlands 4 does just not feel. I can see that from here. But Borderlands 4 literally like. Doesn't feel like the battles have any variety to them. Yeah. It just does not feel like I'm fighting a lot of different types of enemies. I know when I pay attention that technically that guy's different from this guy, but it's Order or Ripper, and they're barely different from each other. It just doesn't land. Whereas when I was playing Borderlands 3, there were enemy groups, enemy types. They did different stuff. You know, when an anointed showed up, it was very noticeable.
I mean, even for all the differences in the 4 Vault Hunters, I mean, all the builds are basically the same build, just using a different character, you know? Like, if you look at all the main builds, they're almost all the same. Just, it's how do you do this build on this character, and how do you do this build on these other characters, you know? Not...
And it's almost all focused around crits. Yeah, it's a very much, it's do criticals.
Anyway.
And for a while, everybody was using the same gun. Remember, for a while, every build was the hot slugger.
Oh,
all 4 Vault Hunters running the same gun.
Well, the mod. The mod.
The bod, yeah, running the same gun. And I'm like, that's why I'm doing Ordnance Amon, because I don't want to run with what the heck everybody else is running. Like, can I do something different?
Yeah, because I started doing Ordnance with Harlow. Can't compete with your Amons at all, but I'm able to get unlimited ammo. But I tell you what, with the Buri and the Chaos, and I'm able to melt bosses with this new build, except for the vile enemies. So, but you're right. There's a lot of things. How can I get my crits? How do I get unlimited ammo? Let's roll, and it's all the same build. It's nothing different. So it's really disappointing that you have 4 characters that are supposed to be diverse, but you're going down the same path trying to find the skills that kind of match up with a similar build.
And all this to basically say, Borderlands needs to start releasing more patches because they got a lot of work to go. And let's move on.
They might have already. Oh, I'm sorry.
Elder Scrolls 6, man. Have you heard anything about that? I mean,
it's coming out next week, right?
My grandchildren are going to love it.
Yeah. Todd Howard in a recent interview says it's still a long way off.
I am in my late 40s. Todd, come on, man.
When did Elder Scrolls 5 come out?
Huh?
When did Elder Scrolls 5 come out?
Oh,
I think before my son was born.
It's been over 20 years. Obviously, I think it's been close to 25.
I mean, am I going to have a hand-eye coordination?
2011. So it's been 14 years.
Only 14? Okay. It feels like it was longer.
It feels like it.
So Skyrim was released in 2011. Maybe that was like the second release.
You got to be careful. That could be the case.
That sounds about right, actually. Yeah.
But Todd is the only person I know that almost an entire generation, these Elder Scrolls games have almost a generation in between, because still 14 years is almost a generation.
Yeah.
Like that is a long time. And here's the point. It might have been 14 years ago, but we're not getting the Elder Scrolls 6 right now. It may still be another 5 years. Yeah. I don't know. It's, quote, a long way off. And in Bethesda time, that could be decades.
I just thought about something. We're getting 2 to 3 years of war games per Elder Scrolls.
That's sad.
Right. I mean, we had the teaser for Elder Scrolls 6 come out in 2018. So that's been 7 years.
Damn.
Wow. They don't play, boy. When they drag it out, they drag it out. They wild up in Bethesda, man. They will literally
want to make it good.
They make games for the new generation because the new generation's been born since the last dang game.
How are they making money? Are they doing any other games that are worthwhile that's keeping them afloat while they're working on this game?
They sold their company to Microsoft. They used to make them faster. I'm looking at Elder Scrolls 1 and 2 were only 2 years apart. Only, and then it was 6 years for 3. It was
for some reason I missed
that.
Okay, well
it was only
that
5 years. Oh, I was trying to tell you.
Microsoft has so much money that's able to chase off all of its gamers. I forgot they have been sold to Microsoft.
Prior to Skyrim, they averaged somewhere between 2 to 4. Well, they averaged about 3 or 4 years.
Well, I mean,
anytime
they start hurting for money, they just put Skyrim on a new item. Get Skyrim for your car.
Oh, yeah, we get a new Skyrim now every couple of years. Yeah, we've been getting a new Skyrim pretty close to annually, damn near.
and then they were like, man, we need something to stack our wallets again. Let's go sell New Vegas for $150.
And don't forget, and let's resell Fallout 4 and break everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. we'll pay somebody to put Oblivion on a better engine, and then we'll sell that. You know.
So the question becomes: are we going to see Elder Scrolls 6 in 2, 4, or 6 years? Place your bets, everybody. Pick your number. Pick your number.
It's 8.
You're gonna. Well, you don't have to say the number I said. What year do you think Elder Scrolls 6 will come out? Let me make it more realistic. Let's make a real
2033
prediction. You say 2033.
2033.
Oh, 33. All right. What you got, Zeno?
I don't think it's going to be that long, honestly. I'm going to be optimistic, and I am going to say 2028, 10 years from the tease.
Dang it, I wanted 2028. All right, well, then I will take the safe bet and go in the middle. So I'll be 2030. So we got 2028, 2030, 2033. Closest wins.
Is this like The Price is Right? If you go over, you're screwed?
No, I said closest wins.
The last time we did the closest wins, I think Q won. Yeah, that was with
the movie.
What was it, Superman?
No, it was one of the Marvel movies.
What movie was competing? Oh, it was the Fantastic Four.
One of them. That's sad. Marvel movies have become. The sad part is that's what Marvel movies have become. They become one of them. Like, you don't even care which one's out anymore. I couldn't tell you what the last 3 Marvel movies were. I know one of them was Fantastic Four because you said it.
There was one before Fantastic Four that we had to bet on either. It was that one with with all the sub characters, the red.
The not Avengers.
Yeah,
the not Avengers. Yeah. I don't remember what they call them, but the wannabe Avengers.
I thought it was Fantastic Four. It was the movie that came out right after Superman.
It was the one with the guys that aren't the Avengers. It's the fake Black Widow, the Russian Captain America. For some reason, Bucky got thrown in with that crap crew. It's a shame. He used to hang out with real heroes.
I mean, the only Marvel movie I think anybody cares about is the next Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. They've been filming. I'll probably go check it out.
Well, Tom Hardy got hurt doing a stunt a week or two ago. Yeah,
Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was the.
Yeah, not Avengers. Thunderbolts. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell is the delay on the next freaking Miles Morales movie? They left it on a dang cliffhanger. They literally cut the movie off dang near in the middle of the movie, and then we've been waiting. And I'm like, yo, you can't do that. You can't be like. Stop, and then just not make another dang. Like, I just realized how ridiculously long I've been waiting on that. Like, what the heck is
the first one was really good.
Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is scheduled to be released in theaters June 25th, 2027.
What the
27? Holy cow!
You do realize that the first movie came out 2023. And it's an animated movie.
Is Bethesda working on this?
You ain't got a schedule around actors and nothing. They can phone in. They can send in the dang voice acting. What the hell? Why do you have a 4-year delay and you ended on a cliffhanger? That is dumb. Because they ended on a cliffhanger. Like, we weren't satisfied with the first movie's ending. We felt like it stopped mid-movie almost. And there was too much in the air. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, and Sony began developing a sequel to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse before the film's release in 2018, and eventually decided to split it into 2 movies, which was revealed in December of 2021. The third film was titled in April 2022, given a March 2024 release. So between the first one and the second one, there was 6 years.
The second one's not a sequel to the first one, though. It's a whole new arc.
But yeah,
Into the Spider-Verse was Across the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, whatever, the first movie of this.
Beyond the Spider-Verse underwent significant changes before the SAG strike.
Yeah.
And was supposed to come out in March 2025. but now it's been pushed.
That would have made a lot more sense. That'd have been 2 years, yeah. Which is still, for me, for an animated movie where you're doing a trilogy, because I think they wanted this to be a trilogy.
Well, it was supposed to be March of 2024 and March of 2025. That was when the two, so they're supposed to only be a year apart.
That would have made a lot more sense, yes. They didn't pull that off, and now we got 2 more years, and I don't know if I care anymore. You know, like, it's been long enough. I'm kind of like, I don't know if I give a crap.
Nah, you and your boy will go watch the movie when it comes out in a couple of years, but it'll be his graduation.
They're going to be driving by then. That's how long they take it. They're going to have a job. In 2 years, my son will have a job.
He'll be working at the theater to get you in for free.
That might not be a bad job choice for somebody when they're really young.
Oh,
can't get into
hell no. Now, that's one of the best things you can do. Either work at GameStop or work at a movie theater as a kid.
Don't
work at GameStop. You don't know who might walk in there.
I mean, I don't know if GameStop is going to be around much longer, man.
The fact you get to play the games and you take them home and that's not a bad gig. But you are right.
Everything's going digital.
And they're also changing to collectibles for GameStop. Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started on that. We didn't bother talking about it last week, but Nintendo with their infamous, like, you go buy the game cartridge and it's just an activation code. You know, you just plug it in there and it just
you can't resell it. Yeah.
I mean,
the new Pokemon game is that, where the physical copy doesn't have a game on it. It even says on it, it's just a key. And, ooh, that caused a fuss. But Nintendo don't care because Nintendo fanboys have no dignity.
I mean, I know the main GameStop that I pass by going to work every day is gone now. So, I mean, they are.
I've got several around here.
They had very, very terrible policies toward their teachers, their staff. I did a very short stint at a GameStop and almost immediately.
Oh, no, dude, you remember about, 5-6 years ago, there was I worked for GameStop trend of videos?
Yes.
So.
They're all true. They're all true. I was trained as a manager at that place, and I quit because there was no proper training. It was just, hey, figure it out. And I'm like, figure out how to manage the whole store? It was, don't get me started.
I mean, the game industry in a whole right now is probably just not a good choice for future career development. Square Enix announces more layoffs as part of the U.S. and Europe restructuring, so...
Well, I heard they're even targeting who they fire. They've managed to pick off somebody that you might find relevant.
Well, and I haven't found anywhere where they talk about that. Apparently, I think she tweeted on social media or LinkedIn or something, and
self-reported.
But yes, the person involved in trying to degender Dragon Quest III is one of the layoffs. So
the remaster.
I'll be honest. I mean, she wasn't the problem, man. Square Enix is the problem. Like probably the U.S. and European offices are the problem, not just this one person. I mean, there wasn't a lot to do to Dragon Quest 1 or 2, so we didn't really have a big issue there. The stuff they're doing, they're planning on doing for Dragon Quest 7 is just stupid. Like, they took...
Oh, we need to explain ourselves, by the way. Hold on. I do need to know. What we're referencing is the Dragon Quest 3 re-release, where they decided to change the character genders to Type A and Type B.
Yeah.
Which, we're not those people. We're not on a soapbox here. But it was a game that actually had classes based on gender, like Dancer, I think was one of them, wasn't it, Xeno?
Well, yeah, it made a lot of the strategy of the game and the strategic choices of the game invalid. It caused a lot of confusion when it came to the personality types, because there was obviously, gender-related personality types that didn't make sense anymore. They didn't really fix that. like, so they did a half-ass job. They did this type A, type B, but then throughout the story, there's still gender identifying things throughout the story. So then you're like, well, I wasn't able to pick a gender. So what, what does this mean now? Yeah. So
it was one of those cases where they tried to change something that didn't need to be changed, and it was a crap show. Because here's the problem. It's confusing.
Well, it's not only confusing. Reality. It also just looks like it was a flag. It was like, hey, look at us. Look what we're doing. We're and it's like, yeah, but you did it half-assed. You didn't do it all the way. You
got to think about the downstream effects, and that was not done. So it's poor planning.
So anyway, the reason why I sort of poke at Square Enix as a whole, though, is because Dragon Quest VII, a game that a lot of people were anticipating, me, I was like, oh, cool, finally coming to PC. That'd be awesome. And then I hear, we're worried that this game is just too long for gamers. So we're going to truncate the story and not give you the whole thing when we do this. We're going to shrink it down.
It was a really, really long game, but that was what was interesting about it.
I know. Now, I meant to bring this up last week, but they also put out a survey or a poll for players, for people on the internet, and we know how this ends up, to vote on a new ending.
So it's not going to be Dragon Quest VII then?
Yeah, pretty much.
What do you mean pretty? No, not pretty much. But don't do that. No, it's not. If you're going to change the story and give it a new ending, it ain't the same damn game. It's a different game. Am I crazy? Why's everyone got their eyes down? Y'all look at me. What the heck? It ain't the same game. If you change the story and the ending, it's a different game.
Now, it'd be different if you had the option of, hey, play the story as intended or play the new version to where you get both games and have both experiences. Okay, cool. I might play that. But if it's, hey, screw you, you're not going to play the game as it was intended to be played. You're playing our crappy version of Dragon Quest VII beta. That's ignorant.
Yeah, here it is.
Who's going to want to buy that?
Dragon Quest, dang pop-ups. Dragon Quest VII re-imaged makes the original JRPG's choices actually matter with a brand new possible ending that's never been seen before in previous. And then they were discussing, apparently they were using their forums to discuss and try to come up with an ending. I don't know, man. I want the game. I want the true game. I want the full length. I want the original endings. And now it does sound like there may actually still have the original endings, but they added a new one. I'm not sure. But you're just doing too much. You're really just doing too much.
No, there you go. It sounds like they hired somebody who doesn't like the game and thinks they can do it better. And they're trying to turn the game into their game. We've seen it. We know this. They've done it to books, movies, TV shows. Well, not books. They've done it to books that go to movies. They've done it to TV shows where they go, this guy's a hack. I can do it better.
Yeah. So
this sounds like somebody wants to rewrite the game and do their own game.
And that's why when people were like, oh, well, the girl who made this decision got fired, I was like, you know what? It wasn't her fault. It's Square Enix's fault, man.
No, it's her fault. I've seen her post. She's part of the problem.
I'm not saying she isn't part of the problem, but I'm saying she's not the problem.
No, the problem, because somebody could have said no. And if they're about to hack up Dragon Quest VII. They're about to do their version of Promethean Orb. They're about to screw it. Dragon Quest VII is about to become Dragon Quest VII Evolution. Because that was not Dragon Ball. And this sounds like it's going to be different enough, but not in a good way, that it's not going to be the same game.
Well, speaking of bringing the Promethean orbs, how's that Black Ops 7 doing?
Doing great, isn't it? It's the best Call of Duty ever, right?
Battlefield
it's got money. I'm assuming Steam has 500,000 players right now.
Oh God!
Battlefield took its lunch money and slept with its mom. Battlefield is spanking that game awfully.
Black Ops 7's launch day Steam player count is significantly lower than last year's Call of Duty, suggesting Arc Raiders and Battlefield 6 ate a hefty portion of its lunch. Yeah. So if you haven't kept up with this, there's several reasons why Black Ops 7 has not been doing well, or several possible reasons. One is the uncanny valley of a lot of the encounters. And it does look like it's one of those nightmare scenes where they do the phase where you're drugged or whatever and you see something weird.
But it's overused, man. It seems like they do it multiple times where you fight giant monster bosses and it looks like Dead Space, which is dumb for Call of Duty. You're zipping around too, like on Borderlands or Halo. Like we watched it, you saw it, I showed you. I'm zipping through the air and flying through the air while I'm shooting, and I'm like, wow, that's a very nice Overwatch or Fortnite or Apex Legends impression you're doing. You're not those games.
Yeah. Another thing is apparently the use of AI tools, which Black Ops 7 Activision has admitted that, yes, they use them to empower and create they said they use them in a creative way and to help inspire their creators. I don't really care. If you do a good job and you make a good game, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay, no, Zeno, you don't care? Well, I know something you do care about, because I know that you're somebody that likes good game features and game design. Why don't you tell them what else happens when you're playing Call of Duty 7?
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Like this one and the previous one, to me, doesn't even matter once you get to the big issue. The big issue is apparently you can't play the game offline. You can't pause the game. There's no checkpoints in the game. And if you sit down the controller for too long, it's going to kick you on a single player campaign.
Yep. It literally treats you as though you're online at all times. So no pausing, and kicks you if you sit still. So if you find a safe spot and walk away, you still get kicked. And here's the problem. No checkpoints. So anytime you get kicked, you literally have to start the mission all the way over, the campaign mission. And on top of that, there's another time you get kicked. If there's any update or anything that's been added to the game, it doesn't wait until you're done. It forces you out of the mission. And it does the same thing.
So there's no piss breaks, and there's no opportunities for you to take out the trash because your mom's yelling at you while you're playing Call of Duty.
Hey, you might have just got hit by an update in the middle of the boss fight. They said that the updates will even kick you in the middle of a cutscene.
Oh, wow. We've seen that in Borderlands.
And do you know how often Call of Duty games get updates?
Hot fixes?
No, just even updates. Like you playing at the wrong time.
No, I'm referencing the hotfix problem from Borderlands 3.
Oh, Borderlands hotfixes were bad.
Your damage was to 0. You couldn't do anything because
there's also missions that are designed around expecting you're playing co-op with 4 people. So if you don't have anybody with you, you have to do the same action 4 times because no one's there to help you because you don't get AI helpers, which I find funny. They'll use AI to make the game, but they won't let you have AI partners to help you play the game.
No bots.
No bots. So they talked about in missions having to repeat an action 4 times because I got to go and press every button myself. Because I don't have anybody to play with, and they don't give you the usual crew to help. So, and then, like I said, even though Zeno has said there's precedent for the Nightmare Siege, they're over the top, though. Like, when you see them, they are wild. Like I said, it looks like something out of Dead Space. I mean, it's just like big tentacle. You're fighting a giant monster plant with eyeballs and tentacles. You're fighting a dude who grew to like as a 90-foot tall zombie who's so big only his upper torso's showing and he's slamming the ground raw. And I'm just like, yeah, no wonder you're not doing well. Because then I'll go watch Battlefield and I'm seeing what looks like awesome battles that look like, oh man, the dude shot the helicopter down, it hit a building, the building collapsed because a helicopter crashed into it, and you're like, man, that looks meaty. That looks juicy. That looks like some real military style combat.
It's sort of funny. I mean, that EA hasn't had a lot of successes, recently, and they released Battlefield 7 after they got sold. So it's a little sad, but hey, it is what it is. Microsoft just seems to every company Microsoft has touched here seems to be hurting us, dude. I mean, Bethesda on long times. This
Blizzard.
Blizzard, Activision with the Black Ops.
I've always put forward the theory that this doesn't look good for the health of Xbox. Because we talked about them wanting to make a 30% plus profit in Call of Duty 6 was replaced really fast. Call of Duty 7 is getting its butt kicked. Bethesda Starfield did not do well, and I don't know how well this re-release is going to go over. I feel like Microsoft, or at least Xbox, let me rephrase that, Xbox is in trouble. And I mean, the only thing that could be worse is if all of a sudden they found out their console might be in trouble too.
Well, the Steam machine... Steam has announced that they're releasing a PC that you can directly hook up to your TV and immediately access games, like a console. But then you can also do computer stuff on it. So
I've been waiting for this. I've waited 2 years for this.
Combine that with it might be cheaper than the Xbox. We don't know yet. That could be a problem.
But the price point.
Steam has tried this before, but it does seem like this is a more solid try. So we'll see how it goes. The previous Steam machines have required that you have a beefier PC usually to stream off of, where this is a solid. It's based very similar to their handheld, and their handheld has been doing good. Not the the Steam OS handheld. We're not talking about Xbox's monstrosity on there trying to copy the Steam OS handheld. But this is pretty much based off the same software as the Steam OS handheld, which does seem to do well. And they say they're going to price it really competitive to build in a PC. The only downfall on this is I think there is some confusion in the market. SteamOS, to my knowledge, is a Linux distro. Some people talk about it, it's going to be able to play Windows stuff. Maybe not. I'm not exactly sure how well the SteamOS handles Windows emulation, but things that are built directly to be supported on the Steam OS usually work really good. So,
I think they probably should, if they can, they should run with Windows, just because we know somebody who's been having trouble with Linux recently with the new game.
Yeah, which he did get that fixed. It was not a problem with the game itself. It was a problem with his emulation software for Windows. And basically having to go, instead of using the default DirectX 11, having to use DirectX 12. But anyways, I don't want to get too technical into all that. I don't know, man. I still say if it's competitive to building a similar PC, I'd probably just still build a PC, though. That I will say that. Now, for people who are looking to get away from console, this may be an option, though. And, it does seem like it is sort of what Xbox was planning to do, is to make a PC console. So
PC console hybrid seems to be the future.
Yes. Steam just beat them to it.
Yeah.
And I would trust Steam over Xbox right now. So that it ain't looking good for Xbox on any front.
Now,
and you know, but they're not the only one in the gaming industry. I think having trouble these days.
Yeah. We also knew as soon as the SteamOS was announced that there would be a rumor for Half-Life 3, and of course it has apparently been leaked that Half-Life 3 will be a launch game for the Steam console. I don't see this.
Hey, I hope so for my boy Flynn in the chat, because he's been waiting for that since high school, I believe. Like he's been waiting for that one for a while. It'd be nice.
We'll get Half-Life 3, and then we'll get Dungeon Keeper 4, and we'll get Ghost all on the same package.
Yeah, we'll get that other one. Yeah, we'll get all of them.
If the Steam machine finally brings us Half-Life 3, I will praise it just for that. I will be like, I will try to convince somebody to buy one just because of Half-Life 3.
Hell, you'll probably buy one.
You know, we used to say Baldur's Gate 3 in that, but Baldur's Gate 3 came out. So yeah, Half-Life 3 might be up next. You know, finally come out. I believe Half-Life 3 will beat Elder Scrolls 6 out, because I think we've got a long time before Elder Scrolls 6, man.
Now you might wonder what Xbox's response to the Steam machine is. And Todd Howard, Phil Spencer says he welcomes the Steam machine. He's like, as one of the largest publishers on Steam. And I mean, honestly, Q debates me on this, but I think this may actually be a honest response. I think Xbox just wants to sell games, and they suck at making games. So the more places that you can put them, the more likely they can actually sell games.
Yeah, and Todd Howard is up at night worrying about the feelings of his customers. Anyway, I hope they enjoyed Starfield. You know, he loses sleep over that. Mm-hmm.
Look, man,
Phil Spencer ain't welcoming nothing. Phil Spencer's full of crap.
Phil Spencer, I mean, if he can make money off this Steam machine, he'll make money off the Steam machine, man. They got to get that 30%.
They're not going to make it on console sales.
No, and I don't think they were going to do it even without the Steam machine.
No, I agree. I wasn't saying because of this. I'm just saying in general, the price.
Yeah, they're hemorrhaging Game Pass members too. So he's got to find a way to make money somehow.
But I mean, hey, could be Ubisoft.
Shoot.
Ubisoft delays its
shout out to Sterling.
Its release of its yearly, review. And because of that, they actually managed to freeze their stocks so that their stock wouldn't plummet. They're like, we're off the trading for a while. Like, I didn't even know you could do that. I'm not into stocks enough to know about this, but apparently
we didn't know you could do that.
We're not going to trade anymore.
Well, like I said, the idea that you go, we're gonna delay our quarterly earning report. Oh, well, that's gonna hit your stock. No, it's not. We're gonna freeze our stock and stop stock trading, stocks and bond trading. And I'm like, both me and Zeno looked at each other and said, "Are they allowed to do that? I don't know enough about stock to know if that's legal." Like, that feels like interference because, yeah, their stock was gonna go down because nobody presumes that you delay your earnings report except for one or two reasons. Either A, there's a problem, or B, you're cooking the books. Both of which are going to cause you to lose value because now when they do put it out, people are going to go over it with a fine-tooth comb because no one's going to trust it. Why did you delay it? Probably because you're trying to make the numbers look better. But I didn't know you could just go, well, we got a solution to the stock going down. We'll just not allow anybody to trade it while we're doing this. And I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing, man. I was just like, wow. That was a shocker. But it's not doing them any favors. All the finance sites are saying, yeah, that made it worse. That is definitely going to plummet trust and faith in their stock.
Unless they just have some awesome announcement that, is going to make them billions. I mean, I can't see how this is going to help anything except to see it drop even more whenever they unfreeze.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they're planning to make this work for them.
I mean, they're coming up with some big lies for that quarterly stock.
I told you, no one's going to trust the data, even if they came out and said, actually, we tripled all of our profits. Everybody's going to be like, bullshit.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have had to. Why did you delay? Good news, you don't delay because you're doing well. You don't go, hold on. Everything's incredible. We need a moment. It's going to be, hold on. We can't let them see this. We got to fix this before anybody sees this. So
there is no amount of moments that can make Assassin's Creed's numbers look good. Zero.
Yeah.
Would you say that it's a shadow of its former games?
Oh,
very much so.
Dad jokes. Yeah, thank you. That was a good dad joke. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah. Thank you.
Can't line them up like that, man.
Tee him up.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, Ubisoft is just, that's a sinking ship there, man. I mean, it's like, hey, somebody go put your foot on that hole in the deck real quick so we can, I
can't think of the last time Ubisoft made a game I actually played. I've never played Assassin's Creed. I played Prince of Persia back in the 90s.
Hey, mine was Valhalla. I played Valhalla.
Far Cry. Far Cry. And I crashed the plane into the ground and ran over a bunch of townsfolk. Yeah. Okay.
You ran over your own side. There was no such thing as safety around Bloodaxe behind the wheel. He ran off the road to run over a bunch of people. I'm like, they were waving at us, man. They're on our side. They're like, hey, how you?
I was playing a Xeno. I was playing GTA and Far Cry.
You were. Yeah. And I'm just in the passenger side, horrified, going like, this isn't what it signed up for.
He's on my save and not his save.
Yeah, we played in your game. I know better. But no, like that was the thing about we got to think about it. At least they got everybody off the ship that's sinking. Because I mean, all the good IPs are under that new umbrella. Remember the little 10 cent.
What I see, I see them like, hey, put your foot on that hole in the deck, and then you see all the top sort of jump off into the lifeboats and go, all right, you can take your foot off whenever you feel like it now.
Yeah, like Assassin's Creed and all that, they're over here now, just looking at the house fire going, should we tell them to get out of that burning building? Nah. They got
they're
it.
fine.
They're good. And that's kind of where they are. So Ubisoft is on the spiral. You got anything else for us? What other bad news did you bring?
That's it, man. We are bad news out. We only have. I mean, Where's Windmeat came out, and I will say I think the Steam score on that is not doing that hot.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of unfortunately, it's getting caught up in the political side. I told you I found out that a lot of the hostility toward it is because it's a Chinese game. And,
Would you say it was review bombed?
Yeah. I mean, there are certain groups that want to uphold Western gaming, even though Western gaming has become a hot mess. And those groups are not interested in China doing well because you know what China's not going to do? They're not going to call in sensitivity writers or inclusivity staff. Sweet Baby Inc. ain't getting his hands into a Chinese game. They tried with Black Myth Wukong. Remember they tried to blackmail them? So this isn't new. They did it to Black Myth. They literally tried to blackmail the company. Yeah.
I don't know if that's it for Where's Windmeat, man. I honestly think a lot of the stuff on Steam. I read a bunch of the reviews on Steam, and honestly, a lot of it I do actually agree with. Because a lot of the issues are people talking about the interface, which actually it's not. It's actually in the positive now. It's got a 76%. When it first came out, a lot of people hit it pretty hard, and I think those probably were a lot of your your people, because I mean the game hadn't been out long enough to get that many bad reviews when we saw it was mixed. It's at 76.5% now, and I will say, I mean, the menus are atrocious, and I think that's one of the big complaints about the game. Additionally, there is, if you're not familiar with a lot, they assume you know a lot of things that Westerners do not know. And those are the two, I guess, negative points of the game. Now,
familiarity with the genre is almost a requirement. I will say that. You do need to be familiar with Wuxia, or it's not going to make a lot of sense.
I would be lost.
Yeah. Oh, God, would you be lost?
Now, the numbers are good. We have 193,000 consecutive for a game that really wasn't that advertised here in the West. I mean, we've talked about it a lot, but every gamer I've talked to that I thought would be interested in the game didn't know the game existed or was coming out. And of those people that I thought would enjoy it, so far everyone I've talked to is still playing the game and enjoying the hell out of it. So,
yeah, everybody that's put their hands on it's loved it. But like you said, when I talked to about it, it's amazing how many people have no idea, about it. But when you also consider that 100, those numbers you're looking at are, I believe, just the American, the recent release players, as in this doesn't include the numbers from the Chinese servers.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Because this is not the necessarily all the international servers. They have like a massive player base in China and on top of that. But I think the game's doing pretty good. I'm enjoying it. Him and Jarek have been playing the heck out of it. Of course, Bloodaxe has not been able to join us yet. He does not have his gaming PC. Also, he definitely would have no idea what the game is about. But that's okay. Once he gets his gaming PC, we got lots of games we can play. We got the whole entirety of Steam becomes available to play games. He can, we'll go back and play some Remnant 2. We'll play Remnant 2 on PC. You know what I'm saying? We'll get you on PC and run with you. Heck, I'll go back and play that game. It was pretty good. I can play some more Remnant 2.
Flynn in the chat room says he's playing it and loves it. Would give it a 6
I knew my boy
or
would
7.
get it.
I'd probably give it I'd probably give it about a 7.5 personally. I'm really enjoying the game. Like I said, my big hangups are just the interface. The interface is just so bad to me. Co-op could be better. Co-op was a bit rough. Yeah, you're stuck to one player's world basically, and you can't do a lot in it other than help them fight stuff. I think for fighting bosses and these outposts that are out there, I think it's going to be really fun as a group. But like just hanging out, playing the game together, you sort of everybody but the main person is sort of losing out in that spectrum. So
the advancement doesn't flow over into your game?
No.
Doesn't appear to.
Well, kind of, sort of. Not the story, but like discoveries do. Like I found a couple of things that I did when I was in your game carried over. The biggest thing is that it's an MMO mode as well. They really want you to do your multiplayer in MMO.
No, man, I went over to the MMO mode. The MMO mode is almost more restrictive than the co-op mode.
Really?
There's a lot of things that are not in the MMO. The MMO mode is more for PvP and mass battle.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about content-wise. Yeah, no, I saw that. Like, there's no story stuff at all in the MMO mode. But you don't run into, I think, as many blocks either because it's meant for you to all be playing together.
Well, yeah.
But what the heck are you doing? Fighting other people or doing raid bosses and dungeons and all of that.
And then they have like quiz events and stuff like that. Some mini games that you can play as a group. There's some painting a ship. I
saw something about that. There's a bunch. Like the best way to put it is, whatever you're into, it's in the game.
Well, that's true.
And it's detailed.
The game's
you can
massive.
do that. You can play this game as a doctor and run around healing people and that is a functional way to play the game. You are the medicine doctor, and you're healing folks and building up and going through the sect of healers, and it allows you to do almost anything you've ever seen in a book to a degree. Not I'm gonna say everything, but it's pretty comprehensive. I mean, we're in it for the martial arts, but the amount of content is almost scary. I was telling Zeno earlier, the amount of detail that you can get into with the medicine or even the debates was way more than I originally realized. That I was like, this is its own game.
Oh, you can play as a scholar. You can just run around fishing all day. I mean,
you can play Mahjong. You can challenge people in the world for Mahjong games.
So just name a gaijin physician and we'll call it a day, right?
I'm already playing what we'd have you play. I'm playing a tank. We would give you the really big pole arm and then just name you Gaijin Man and have you run around and hit things with the big stick and not dodge and just face tank. I'm filling in for you. I'm repping for you, man. I'm playing face tank. My dude's an alcoholic. He's named Drunk and Q. I've already got so drunk I learned a special technique out for drinking. I didn't know you could do that. If you get drunk enough, you learn the drunken poet style. I'm seriously, I learned the freaking mystic art off of. I just went. I killed like 10 pots of wine, man. I was like, the screen was getting darker, but dude was getting more messed up, and I'm like, let's see how far this can go. He hit the ground, dude. I was laid out. I was like, oh, okay. And then I got up, and it's like, I know kung fu, and I'm like, oh, okay. That was a pretty cool discovery. I like that. I was really surprised by that one. Just like, all right,
that's pretty cool.
But yeah, so with Steam having 76%, I think that's pretty close to where it should be. What about you, Q? What do you rate the game?
I rate the game an 8 out of 10, but that's because it has what I was looking for, which is I wanted to play a Wuxia game. I wanted weird stuff like that. I wanted to mess around and find cool stuff. I found a secret boss in a drinking game. I drank some strange wine from somebody, found a wolf lady. She beat my ass.
Yes.
She beat me like I owed her money. The game said, you need to be like level 50. I'm like,
yes. I know. I ran across that one. It hurt.
You don't warn nobody about nothing. I got my butt kicked, man. I
warned Jarek, but you weren't in Steam. You were. I saw you playing, but you weren't in Discord with us. So I just warned Jarek because he was in Discord with me. You weren't.
Well, I found it, and like Flynn said in there, I'm chasing bugs, man. I'm trying to get those oddities. And it's a fun game. If you like games where you can explore and there's a lot to find and do, it's that. If you like good storytelling, you finally got to see that event, the drum event. Wasn't that drum event awesome? Like I love that mission to that boss.
Now the other thing that people do complain about is the pacing. They do put caps on how quick you can level. So like you, which honestly it doesn't bother me because it is very woozy that, you got to build up your foundation before you break through to the next tier. But the some people do get annoyed with the, I'm level 20 and I'm not going to be able to get any higher for a day because it won't let me break through for another day.
That pissed me off.
I don't know, man. I mean, we're prone to overconsumption of games. I don't mind that it paces me. It kind of means that at least you'll spend a few days leveling your character. And I don't see that as really that bad a thing. And it's like, it's going to take me, a few days. But that's also because I'm having fun. I would admit that if the game didn't seem to have so much to do.
I mean, whenever I have a level cap, it's like, there's so much exploration I still need to do, I found the fisherman that trained me on the skywalking ability so I can glide through the air, and then
yeah, it was awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah. Find some cats to pet.
There are so many secret missions that I'm still trying to figure out, man. I'm supposed to put something on top of the Buddha temple. I don't know what that is. I need to turn a blue Buddha flower into a white Buddha flower. I don't know how to do that. I found a whole village where everybody's sick.
Just wash it,
and I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. They're all sick, man. Everybody in the village is sick. I'm like, do I need to cure this?
Yeah, I need. I'm trying to figure that one out because I found the sick village, and it's because of the poisoning from that Buddha tear flower. But I can't find who I need to talk to so I can.
Me neither. Like I said, there's a lot going on. And then there's the chick that's under the red tree that's sick. And now I know, I think I was supposed to do the medicine. Now I'm going to try to fix her. Now I know, now that I'm officially a doctor, I've started the profession. I'm going to try to go back and cure her. I fought that puppet and got thoroughly mollywopped a few times before I beat it. There's a lot. There's a lot, dude. That's all I can say. The game's got so much content. It kind of reminds me of ESO, but 100 times better. Well, when I first played Elder Scrolls Online, there was so much to do, but it wasn't like it was diverse like this. Some of these things are very interactive and diverse. But still, ESO originally, when I first played it, was a game that I just went like, man, there's a million missions. But they were a little formulaic compared to this. These missions are really different. Who knows what he's got to do to cure that? You don't know. Like when I took him to the swamp, man, and we finally found a mission I found in beta, we're running around, man, and fighting and beating these drums to summon up ghosts, and then we seem to go back into the past. It's a wild quest.
So Flynn in the chat talking about how he saw something interesting, followed it, learned of this really new cool technique, fighting style, but he failed the bloody mission because he didn't toss a teddy bear.
Yeah, hey, it was weirder in my game. My son was laughing because that same mission, I'm supposed to throw the bear into the rocks to find the chest, but a dude on his horse came by, jumped off his horse, and beat the bear to death with his bare hands. No pun intended. So I couldn't do that, so I had to wait for the bear to respawn. And my son is just like, why did that dude? I don't know why he's beating up the bear. And he was just, he just beating his bear's tail. He killed my bear I needed for the quest. And I'm like, thanks, man. I didn't need any help, but thanks, I guess. You gonna jump off your horse and beat a bear up. I didn't mess with him, though. I wasn't gonna talk too much smack, because I was like, that man just beat a bear to death with his bare hands. I have a weapon. I don't know. Can I learn from you? I want to learn how to beat him to death with the empty hands. Just, the wild stuff happens, man. It's fun. Me and Zeno play so differently. I know we're out of time, but like me and Zeno, one of the things we know is we play so differently that he had a hard time with a boss that I had an easy time with, but then he completely curb stomped and had no challenge for a boss that had me yelling into the Discord with frustration. But that's because the play styles are different enough that I was like, what, that guy? No, boom, easy. It's like this guy, and he's like, what, that guy? Nah, man, I slapped him around like you owe me money. And I'm like, really? I was like stunned. I was like, really? Then later on, everybody, him and Jericho, like, that stupid horse. And I get to the horse, and I'm like...
Not to be confused for that donkey, though.
No, the donkey whooped all our tails together. The donkey whooped all three of us at the same time. The old man on the donkey whooped us like we owed him money. I don't even know why he whooping us. We were just walking. We see a dude up in a tree. Because this is a little word he said. We were playing separately, but on Discord. And this man just says out loud, Zito just goes, oh no, dang it, it's that donkey in a tree. And I'm like, donkey in a tree? And you know what? We said, it's Uzziah, a donkey in a tree. Then later on, I'm like, okay, it's an old man in a tree with a donkey. But yes, donkey in a tree was not a false statement.
Donkey in a tree with an old man riding it backwards.
Because he's half asleep. The sleeping Taoist.
And he kicked our asses.
Boy, did he whoop our tail. Oh my God, he whooped that. That was the worst beating we took. I look up and these suckers are gone. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going to try to take them. And I look up and I'm like, guys, oh. Ah! It was bad. Taking's been hard, Bloodaxe. You're not missing anything. I've died every boss fight that I've tried to tank for them. I'm getting better, though. I tried to tank the wrong way. I'll now tank the right way. Also, we don't have a healer. Somebody go get a damn fan so you can heal me while I'm tanking, dang it. Can't tank with no healing. You ought to know this. You're an MMO veteran. Can't tank with no healing.
It's not really I mean, I guess it is MMO, but it's not an MMO. It's weird. But anyway, if you're interested in that, check that out. It's really cool. And on that, we're going to wrap it up, guys, so we can play some more. All right. Go to Dicejunkies.com where you can find links everywhere we are online. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on our YouTube channel. And as every week,
we hope you enjoy.
Damn.